Hey guys, Martinkin here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so as you guys probably are aware at this point, we did get a data download this morning on both versions of the game to give us all the information and in-game files for the new events and new content that is releasing, most of which is actually releasing tomorrow. So we're going to go through the thread here, break everything down, talk about the units. We got a new free-to-play unit, a free-to-play EZA. The only thing we won't really talk about is the Tech Broly EZA details. I did do a separate video for that yesterday, so check that out if you haven't seen it. We will mention the EZA very briefly because we do obviously now know, thanks to the data download, the weakness category. But of course I will be doing a team building guide, which will go up later on this evening as the event does come out tomorrow. So as always, shout out to Proton for compiling all the information together into a thread. Go make sure you go follow the boy if you want all of this information nicely prepared into a thread when the data downloads happen. So yeah, let's have a quick look through. You can see all the stuff here being added into the files. So we have a free-to-play Int Super Saiyan Kid Trunks. We do have his details. I haven't actually looked at them yet, so we'll just be reading them together here for the first time on the video. He is from the new stages being added to the event that's already in game, where we could currently farm the free-to-play Paragus. I believe it only has 3 stages as of right now. More stages are being added to that to allow you to get the trunks and the medals to awaken him as well. So that comes out tomorrow morning. Then we have the quest mode stages. So this came out today. New quest mode stages for global, as well as them adding the freezer, the physical free-to-play freezer into the gem shop. I believe the gem shop has been updated as well, so there's more stuff to pick up with the blue gems, usually Kai's and Hercule statues. So those have been added today. I think this is the only thing that comes out today, so this is already in game. Chances are you've already done it by the time this video goes up. Everything else comes out tomorrow. So we have Trio in Danger, Adventure at Natade Village. So this is a special event with only the one stage. It has a bonus drop for movie heroes and movie bosses. I'm not sure if this is going to be another Link skill, the skill orb stage, because the equivalent to this in the last year's worldwide for part 2, we actually got a stage that increases Link level rate, but obviously those don't normally have drops, so this might be for skill orbs as well. So there's another new stage. This is added tomorrow morning as well. Then we have stage 85 of Super Battle Road in Trusted Will. This is going to be one of those stages, like pretty much any stage where you can run him, I guess. But if you're somebody who did pull Beast Gohan, then this stage will probably be incredibly easy. If you don't have him, the category is not the best, but it's also not shouldn't be super hard, because remember, this is normal Super Battle Road, not extreme Super Battle Road. So should be fairly straightforward to get this one done. Then we have the Extreme Z Area Movie Edition receiving a new stage, stage 14. This is the stage to EZA, the free-to-play STR Videl, and we'll go over her details in a little bit as well. And then we have the Devil Awakens Stage 2. So this was the stage where you fight the Int Broly and then the legendary Super Saiyan Broly. The one where if you bring a Super Saiyan Goku, he gets a massive buff. If you bring Paragus, he gets debuffed. Obviously, we'll have all the details for this, including who you fight and what the missions and stuff are. I believe the missions are in the files on JP. I can probably bring those up afterwards, actually, because I think Minato posted a bunch of details. So this will be another one of those stages. As the map and everything else coming out tomorrow does seem to be based around Movie 10, I imagine that one of the missions is probably going to revolve around running a Gohan on the team. Or potentially a Videl or a Kid Trunks. It could be any combination of those. Obviously there won't be one for a Paragus for the debuff, so it'll be interesting to see what the missions actually are for this stage 2. And then yeah, this is the that mode with the farmable Paragus. So yeah, 2 extra stages being added, and the drop rate is still in Human Deeds. You can get the medals for the Trunks. Pretty straightforward one there. Then of course we have the EZA for Tech LR Broly, and the weakness category is Bond of Parent and Child. Typical LR EZA, so only 10 stages, thank goodness. Like I said, the team building guide will be up for that a little bit later on today. So we've got some more assets for him. Then we have the Battlefield Part 2. So this is also starting tomorrow at the same time as the Tech Broly EZA. So this is, for some reason, the mode has been unavailable for a few days because it said there was the countdown to when it was going to reset, or at least the countdown to when it ends. And then once it ended, the new one wasn't up straight away, which I had originally thought was going to be the case, but it does not return until tomorrow. So we'll be able to get a bunch of stones and stuff from this. So it should be interesting to see how this one pans out. Part 1 was very, very easy, so I wouldn't expect this one to be too difficult. Then we have Burst Mode. So Miraculous Strike, Superpower of Burning Spirit. So this one, whose event is this? Miraculous Strike, Superpower of Burning Spirit. I'll have to double check that. Is it the Go Bros? Super Saiyan Trunks Teen and Super Saiyan Broly theme for United Strength. So a bunch of themes available with the Burst Mode coins. Then we have, this is a farmable currency from that stage that's being added to the Crystals of Natade Village. So this is that event that I was saying, well, I don't know if it's for skill orbs or something. I guess you farm these and there's just stuff you can get in the shop. It'd be interesting to see what they are, because one of the events that was available, was it from the anniversary? You could just straight up get stones exchanged from the shop. So it'd be interesting to see what the exchange will be for this new farmable item. So I guess we'll find that out tomorrow as well. Then we have a wallpaper. So Celebration Heated Showdown Campaign Part 2. Reward for completing all the missions from the co-op campaign. So this is pretty cool. You've got Goku and Gohan, which seems to be new art for them. And then we have Goten and Trunks at the front, Broly at the back. That does really make me wonder if the Part 2 unit is indeed going to be some kind of Goku and Gohan with like the family Kamehameha. Because that definitely seems to be, if we pause it on like the end screen to get a bit of a slightly better view here, like that's definitely a new asset, right? That's not something in the game already, that Goku and Gohan art. So that's very, very interesting. And then new scripted assets, we have Videl, just some stuff for like the story mode and the quest mode, and some stuff like that. So a bunch of interesting stuff coming out tomorrow, a bunch of new stages, new events, new missions, and then a couple of new units as well. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below. We do also have some news that the worldwide campaign announcement video has been brought forward by 24 hours. So instead of being on Wednesday at 6 AM PST, it is now tomorrow at 6 AM PST. So that's, in fact, by the time this video goes up, it means this will be coming out in less than 24 hours. So that's certainly very interesting. I will probably do a, depending on what time it is exactly, I will probably do a live reaction to that. Tuesday, I am often out around the time that I think this will be out, so we'll have to wait and see. But yes, if I am around, we will do a live reaction to this. I don't know if they're going to show the Part 2 units, because this is coming out on Tuesday, and the working theory for the banners is that they're coming out on Friday or Saturday, so it's quite early to show them, especially with them moving it forwards by a whole day. But it is very possible that we are going to see the new units here, or at least see a teaser, like some, a piece of their animations or something, right? Because we don't know yet how long this one is. It could be a very short one, but it says worldwide campaign announcement video part 2, so hopefully it is something a bit more substantial, but we will have to wait and see. So lastly, let's have a look at the unit details for the Trunks and the Videl. The Videl one's a lot bigger than this one, so I can't get this one more zoomed in without completely changing all my settings, but I'm going to read it out anyway. So this is the int free-to-play Trunks. This is like a rough translation with Google Translate, so some of the wording is a bit off, but he basically gets 2 ki and 140% attack and defense. If you have a hybrid Saiyan ally on the turn, he gets 140% extra attack. The attack additional super is guaranteed. An additional attack guaranteed with a high chance to be a super. All allies in the hybrid Saiyan category get 1 ki and 25% attack and defense. He's a hybrid Saiyan support character. For the first 4 turns after appearing during the player's attacking turn, Characters with Gohan Teen, Goten Youth in their name get 1 key and 25% attack and defense boost. Interesting. He specifically boosts characters whose names include Gohan and Goten. Yeah, that Part 2 Family Kamehameha unit looking more and more likely, isn't it? When attacked, increased own defense by 40%, high chance to dodge. When in slot 1, extra 20% dodge. When avoiding an attack, your next attack will increase your attack by an additional 140% and have a high chance to crit. And then during a battle, each time you dodge an attack 5 times or more during the next turn you participate in an attack, your chances of evading will increase by 20%. So after he dodges 5 attacks, he gets an extra 20% crit, dodge chance. Is that permanent? It seems like it is, but it means in slot 1, after he's dodged 5 times, in slot 1 he'd have a 90% chance to dodge, which is pretty good. And then he also has an active skill. Can be activated when the user avoids enemy attacks 5 or more times. So yeah, 5 dodges like this last part of his passive here. And then when you use it, you get 40% defense for 1 turn. Focus enemy attacks on self. So he has a target ability. Increase morale +4 for all allies in the mix. So it's basically 4 key for Hybrid Saiyan allies for 1 turn. So that's interesting because obviously if you've already got those 5 dodges, which I mean you have to get those to unlock the active skill anyway, right? So that means even not in slot 1 he has a 70% dodge. That's very interesting because this is a target ability that you could use it and then absolutely die, right? Because you could use it and then the enemy supers and he doesn't dodge. Now obviously in slot 1, because he will have done those 5 attacks, he's going to have a 90% chance to dodge. And I guess if you were to wait, and after you've dodged 5 times, if you dodge another 5 times, because I'm assuming, well, it says maximum 20% per turn for that last part of the passive. So I'm assuming it can't go any higher than that. So you're going to want to be using it in slot 1, 90% chance to dodge, but there's still a possibility that you won't dodge. So that's kind of interesting. And then, of course, his super attack effect as well is greatly raised defense for 3 turns, supreme damage to the enemy, and increase allies' defense by 30% for 1 turn. So it definitely seems like he's very much designed to be in slot 1, but all of his abilities are based around dodge. He does get the crit chance built in as well. So this is a unit that you just go full dodge and then maybe put the rest into additional. But he could actually be quite decent, especially if the Part 2 unit is indeed going to involve Gohan and Goten, which, I mean, it seems very odd to bring out this free-to-play unit now with that passive. Otherwise, what else is he for, right? Like the tech Go Bros who are already like quite outdated now, even with their EZA. Seems a bit weird to design him this way if we're not looking at getting another like Family Kamehameha unit, so that's certainly interesting. But yeah, he seems pretty solid overall. Dodge or die against like the tough bosses, but he's got a lot of dodge chance, so certainly very interesting. And then the STR Videl, so she's a movie hero lead, 77%. That's expected for a free-to-play EZA. So for each movie hero ally on the team, 1 key up to 3, and attack and defense 50% up to 150. Increase dodge chance, so 5% dodge up to 15. So basically 3 other, but the dodge chance is, I'm assuming they're separated, so they're not all in slot 1, but the dodge chance is in slot 1. So 120% attack on super, high chance to dodge. Whenever you dodge an attack, defense is increased by 120% for 5 turns. Each time you evade, your defense increases by an additional 50% during that turn, and your evasion rate increases by 8%. So you get a dodge, she gets 120% defense for 5 turns, but also gets 50% defense and 8% extra dodge, and that's within that turn. So then if you dodge again, you get another 50% defense and another 8% dodge chance, and so on and so forth, all within the same turn. So if you put her in front of multiple attacks, she's one of those characters that builds up dodge chance. So if you put her in front of a bunch of attacks and she dodges the first couple, at that point you're very likely that you're just going to dodge like everything in the turn. And each time she dodges within the turn, she is getting extra defense. So if you dodge a couple of attacks and then get hit by a normal, she's going to have a lot of defense at that point. Probably would still get taken out by a super, depending on how many dodges you've gotten in one turn, but that is very, very good. And then she gives all allies 1 key and 30% attack and defense. When attacking first, so I'm guessing, yeah, as the first attacker in the turn, high chance of an additional attack and a special move will be activated. So it's one of those ones, it sounds like the wording of that is that it's a high chance to do an additional super. So it's either you get a super or nothing. Not the wording where it does an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super. But that's still good. And then additionally, attack and defense of all allies increased by 20% for 2 turns. So in again, and this is another unit that kind of wants to be in slot 1. That's very interesting. Both the free-to-play units are basically slot 1 units who kind of rely on dodge. That's kind of interesting. And then her super attack effect is greatly raise defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage, and greatly lowers defense. So she certainly seems quite interesting. Could be quite good for sure. The only problem, of course, compared to being like a Trunks, is that she is on less categories, doesn't have like the Saiyan links and stuff like that. But certainly could be an interesting free-to-play support option for a movie hero team. Because of course you do need to have the 3 movie hero allies. Although it doesn't say self-excluded, so potentially you just need to have 2 movie hero allies for her to get her full passive active. So she certainly seems quite interesting. Let me know what you guys think of Videl and Trunks down below in the comments section. And let me know what you think of all of the upcoming content. Like I say, all of this stuff from the data download is all releasing tomorrow. I will be live at the usual early stream time. We'll be going through a bunch of this stuff on the stream. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. And the Broly team building guide will be up a little bit later on. So let me know all your thoughts on all this part 2 content coming out tomorrow. What do you think about the announcement video being brought up tomorrow? Who do you think is going to be revealed or what is going to be shown? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.